Yeah, she get a little different, don't it? It get a little bit different when they give you the attention that Caitlin Clark gets on a night in, night out basis. I told y'all. Once they start guarding Paige like they guard Caitlin Clark, and she's still not getting guarded like Caitlin Clark. Caitlin getting guarded full court, most flagrant foul player, all of that.
But how did the media's hand-picked star collapse so fast? And what does this mean for Caitlin Clark's throne as the face of the WNBA?
Paige, it's a little different now, ain't it? You see that triple team? Ever since you dropped 44, the Seattle Storm doubled and tripled you. Now, the Golden State Valkyries saw it work for the Storm, so what did they do? They did the same thing. It ain't that easy no more, huh? It's a lot easier when you don't get treated the way Caitlin Clark gets treated.
Stay tuned, because what you're about to hear might change the way you see the Paige Bueckers hype train forever. For months, the narrative has been spoon-fed to fans like it came straight out of a PR playbook.
Is laced thick with WNBA agenda. And what is that, you may ask? Well, it is the escalation, the elevation of one Paige Bueckers. Oh, she's better than Caitlin Clark. I mean, stab me in the eye with a spoon, for Christ's sakes. Wow. So that's a thing right now.
Paige Bueckers was the chosen one, the so-called heir to Caitlin Clark's throne, the flawless package, poised, efficient, and, according to the headlines, already better than Clark herself. The hype peaked when Paige dropped 44 points against the Los Angeles Sparks. She shot over 80% from the field, and the media went wild.
Fourth game we've seen here. Here's Bueckers, steps into a three. She can't miss. Bueckers, catch and shoot three. Are you kidding?
ESPN and other outlets couldn't stop talking about how polished she looked, how her efficiency already put Clark to shame. Analysts screamed that this was proof she was the future of the league.
Looked like the WNBA is exposed yet again for cheating for Paige Bueckers. Guys, now we know this has been a storyline in itself. That is the WNBA actually not playing fair when it comes to Paige Bueckers. We know ever since Paige Bueckers has been in the league, she's been dominating. Arguably, more than likely, going to win Rookie of the Year by unanimous decision, which is crazy to me because we all remember last year Caitlin Clark could have won unanimously, but it was just one hater in the group, which we still haven't found out who that person is, but I'm still looking.
But here's the problem with hype. It only survives until reality shows up. And in Seattle, reality came dressed in storm green. When the Dallas Wings faced the Seattle Storm, Paige wasn't greeted with open arms. There were no red carpets or soft defenses. Seattle rolled out the traps, the contests, and the physicality that Caitlin Clark has faced every single night of her career. Coach Noel Quinn even said it before tip-off, "Time to see if this princess can handle the Caitlin Clark treatment." Spoiler alert, she couldn't. Paige finished with just 11 points on 2 for 11 shooting. 0 assists, just 2 rebounds.
Paige shot the ball 7 times. She was minus 17 on the floor. She had 0 assists and 11 points. 0 assists. 0 assists. I don't like. That's mental. That's mental for a player that they were trying to say was better than Caitlin Clark.
It was less a stat line and more a sympathy card. From start to finish, she looked overwhelmed, confused, and lost. And here's the fascinating part. While Paige was wilting under a single night of real defensive pressure, Caitlin Clark has been living in that storm for over a year. Clark's reality is nightly double teams, flagrant fouls, and a target on her back. In fact, 17% of all flagrant fouls in the 2024 season were committed against Clark alone.
See, this is why I can't take the league seriously, the WNBA. It's a joke. It's not real. It's not a real sports league. WNBA never gives the full context. They don't want to. They're trying to diminish Caitlin Clark. So look at this. It says Paige Bueckers joins Caitlin Clark as the second rookie in WNBA history to record 500 points, 150 assists, 100 plus rebounds, and 50 plus steals in a season. Great. That's great. They did all that. Wonderful. However, I really want to look up how the WNBA played against Caitlin Clark in terms of the defensive strategy, in terms of the other basketball teams around the WNBA, what they did against Caitlin Clark versus how they've handled Paige this year. Everybody wants to act like Paige is so much better than Caitlin. They're certainly not playing defense on Paige the way they played on Caitlin. They're certainly not attacking her with unnecessary fouls the way they attacked Caitlin with unnecessary fouls last year. So in the 2024 season, there were 35 flagrant fouls called. Caitlin Clark received 17% of the entire season's flagrant fouls, 17%. I mean, we've seen all the injuries. We've seen all the fights, the MMA fights that the WNBA players have gotten into this year. There haven't been 35 flagrant fouls called. And I understand the season is not over, but still.
That's not just basketball. That's open season targeting. Paige got one taste of that treatment and her entire game collapsed. The contrast couldn't be more glaring.
Yeah. You see, it's a little bit different, huh? It's a little bit different out here when you get Caitlin Clark treatment. It ain't so easy peasy getting to play one-on-one, getting to just do your thing how you want to do it, when you want to do it. Paige Bueckers got the Caitlin Clark treatment for one game, and it got ugly. Paige Bueckers just got exposed under the Caitlin Clark treatment. Now listen, I don't want to come off as anti-Paige. I think Paige is nice. We all know I think she the best two guard in the league. Okay, I would take Paige over Kelsey. I would take only two guard I probably wouldn't take Paige over is Sabrina, if you count Sabrina as a shooting guard. If Sabrina is counted as a point guard, I'm taking Paige over any two guard in the league.
Caitlin Clark thrives under punishment. She drains contested threes from 28 feet. She drives through contact. She delivers highlight reels while defenses are literally designed to stop her. And through it all, she elevates her team and her league. Paige, on the other hand, folded. She passed out of doubles, lost her rhythm, and disappeared from the game entirely. The media's favorite stat, her higher shooting percentage compared to Clark, suddenly looked like a complete mirage. Because numbers mean nothing without context.
We know Paige Bueckers played the Seattle Storm last night, and I'm telling you right now, that was the first time ever in her whole WNBA career we've seen them apply major pressure to Paige, and it was so bad everybody's talking about it.
Clark's 41% shooting came while being hacked, blitzed, and targeted like no other rookie in history. Paige's efficient 47% came against soft defenses and open mid-range jumpers. And when that luxury vanished, so did her numbers. Seattle didn't just beat her, they built a blueprint for the rest of the league. Blitz Paige, trap her, body her, test her physicality. And just like that, the myth crumbles. And that's exactly what fans saw.
Paige Bueckers finally got a little sprinkle, just a little sprinkle of what it tastes like, and she couldn't handle it. It was too spicy. She couldn't handle it. Paige Bueckers versus the Seattle Storm was 2 of 7, 1 of 2 from the three-point line, 11 points. She was a minus 17. And you know she get the Asia Wilson whistle. She was 6 of 7 from the line. Without them free throws, Paige Bueckers definitely would only had about 4 or 5 points. And this is how Caitlin Clark gets guarded. You know what Paige Bueckers did every time the blitz came her way? Give up the ball and never look to get it back again. She just gave up.
The next Caitlin Clark didn't look like Clark at all. She looked like another overhyped rookie, gifted a velvet runway by the media, only to trip over it the second someone pulled it away. This wasn't just a bad game. This was an exposure, the kind of night that can redefine a narrative. Because the truth is simple. Paige Bueckers is not Caitlin Clark. She never was. Caitlin Clark has carried an entire league on her shoulders. She took the Indiana Fever from basement dwellers to playoff contenders in 1 year. She smashed attendance records, boosted TV ratings, and turned the WNBA into a cultural phenomenon. Paige? She couldn't even keep the Dallas Wings relevant. Despite being drafted #1 overall, her team finished at the bottom of the standings, nowhere near playoff contention.
But let's take a look at something before we jump into this. This is the 2024 WNBA season. The Indiana Fever had a 20-20 record. That was good enough to make the WNBA playoffs. Paige Bueckers, her Dallas Wings team is 9-27. Well, Rhodes, what is this circle out here? What does that indicate? Let's scroll down. I'm so glad you asked. Eliminated from playoff contention.
The media may have tried to paint Paige as Clark's equal, or even her replacement, but the exposure against Seattle ripped that illusion to pieces. Fans noticed. Social media erupted. The Paige hype machine suddenly looked like a cruel joke. And it wasn't just about numbers. It was about DNA. Clark thrives in chaos. Paige shrinks under it. That's why this moment matters. Because it wasn't just Seattle exposing Paige. It was the WNBA as a whole, realizing you can't manufacture greatness. Caitlin Clark is once in a generation. She's Tiger Woods, Serena Williams, LeBron James. You don't replace that by force-feeding fans a narrative. You either have it or you don't. And Paige? She doesn't. So what do you think? Did the Seattle Storm officially end the Paige Bueckers hype? Was this proof that she was never built for Caitlin Clark's shadow? Or do you believe Paige can bounce back and prove everyone wrong? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear what side you're on. And if you're still watching, comment CC 100% to let us know you're part of the CC 100% crew. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the biggest stories in women's basketball. Because this isn't just about Paige Bueckers getting exposed. This is about Caitlin Clark proving once again that she stands alone.
It looked like Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever just put the beats on the New York Liberty. Guys, for one of the best and most elite performances we have ever seen from Caitlin Clark. Now, I got to remind everybody about this. Caitlin Clark is coming off an injury, bro. What we seen today was greatness. This was similar to the Michael Jordan flu game. I mean, it's up there type deal, bro. Caitlin Clark just handed the New York Liberty the ass whooping of a lifetime. And what's crazy about all of this is that the referees couldn't even save them.
Caitlin Clark didn't just beat the New York Liberty, she humiliated them. 7 threes from NBA range. On the biggest stage against the league's so-called juggernaut, she made them look ordinary.
So lads, Caitlin Clark playing one of the 3 best games of her career against the undefeated New York Liberty. You can't even, has basically broken. It has broken the Caitlin Clark haters. So, Caitlin Clark had played the best first half I've seen from a player in 2 years. And I've watched a lot of games.
Every shot was a dagger, every possession a reminder. The Liberty weren't untouchable. They were vulnerable. And Clark, fresh off a 3-week layoff, exposed them. But how did she do it? From the moment she stepped onto the floor, it was like she'd never been gone. 20 days off the court, it didn't matter. Clark's opening possessions set the tone. Whipping no-look dimes, firing quarterback-style passes to Aaliyah Boston in stride.
Now battled for, Clark comes away with it. Caitlin, outlet to Aaliyah, in stride, right post, and she banks it in. It's a dime from CC to AB.
And connecting instantly with Kelsey Mitchell.
To get it inside to Mitchell. Those two have such a great connection.
The Liberty thought they were facing a rusty rookie. Instead, they ran into a sniper locked in from the start. And then it happened. Late in the first quarter, with the Liberty pressing high, Clark decided enough was enough. She crossed up her defender, stepped back, and drilled a deep 3.
And Cunningham is down behind the play, but they've got Caitlin Clark to fire away from 3 threes. And not only 9 and 30, but look at the depth on these fields.
Seconds later, she pulled up from over 30 feet, a full 6 feet beyond the NBA line. and splashed it.
Two players with incredible up. She's certainly feeling it. Left side.
Before the Liberty could even process it, she buried a third triple, all in under a minute.
Clark, another long three. She's back. Points in the quarter, including 3 long-range threes to get Indiana to within 2.
Madison Square Garden fell silent. Commentators gasped. It wasn't just deep shooting. It was Steph Curry range.
Knocks the floor. Caitlin pulls left wing. Buries it. She is back. 24-18. Fever down. Caitlin down from the right wing. 30-plus feet. Good again. No one else but Caitlin Clark. Sedantis handoff. Caitlin from the logo. Crosses over. Launches. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding?
Most dynamic player in the game. 9 points in 38 seconds for Caitlin. She hit all 3 threes. And not only 9 and 30, but look at the depth on these field goal attempts. She's certainly feeling it.
By halftime, she had completely taken over, 17 points, 5 threes, and single-handedly keeping Indiana alive, while the rest of the Fever roster struggled to make shots. Every make felt like a glitch in reality, like the Liberty were trapped in a video game where Clark had the cheat codes. Natasha Cloud tried to bully her with hard screens and off-ball hits, but it didn't matter. Clark just smiled, rose up, and splashed another 3 right in their faces.
Clark directing traffic, and then steps back with the 3 over Brianna Stewart. Get your players clearing out that side of the floor, shooting on Stewie.
Social media exploded before the halftime buzzer even sounded. NBA players were tweeting, calling her range absurd. Memes flooded TikTok and Instagram, fans joking she was pulling up from the parking lot. Clips of her 38-second stretch of threes were trending everywhere. Caitlin Clark wasn't just playing basketball, she was rewriting the boundaries of what WNBA shooting looked like. And the Liberty? They were frustrated. Brianna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu tried to answer back with their own shots.
Trying to catch their breath as Sabrina Ionescu hits a dagger. Out of the timeout. Stewie rolls in a toughie. That's an 11-0.
But no matter what they did, Clark kept matching them. Early in the third quarter, she carved up their double teams, slipping passes to Boston for easy finishes.
Okay, until last night. This one. Oh, that's a nice little fake by Boston. The handoff and the pass back to Aaliyah Boston. Fake left, drive right, make it all look so easy.
Then she broke ankles with a filthy crossover, stepped back behind NBA range, and drilled another 3 with the crowd already standing before it even dropped.
Who's the first? This one? Caitlin Clark! Feeling the 3. Get her shot going from deep range here.
The Liberty were undefeated. They were supposed to be unstoppable. Yet here was Caitlin Clark, 20 days removed from an injury, dictating the entire flow of the game. At one point, she even pulled up from the logo. The crowd gasped. The shot rattled out, but the message was clear. She could hit from anywhere. By the fourth quarter, the game had turned into a heavyweight fight. Every possession felt like it could swing momentum. Clark kept attacking, driving fearlessly, finding teammates in traffic, and burying yet another deep 3. She was up to 30 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds. Just 2 more boards and 1 made layup from her teammates, and she would have had a triple-double. The Liberty, though, leaned on their championship pedigree. Stewart dominated inside. Ionescu hit clutch shots from deep. Every time Indiana threatened to take the lead, New York punched back. But even in defeat, it was obvious. The Liberty weren't celebrating a routine win. They were celebrating survival. When the final buzzer sounded, the Liberty's relief was impossible to hide. They celebrated like they had just won a playoff elimination game. And honestly, that's exactly what it felt like, because Caitlin Clark had pushed them to the edge. Reporters swarmed Clark immediately, asking about the physical hits, the missed calls, the near upset. She didn't complain, she didn't make excuses, she just smirked and delivered one cold-blooded line. "We'll see them again." That wasn't just confidence. It was a warning shot to the entire WNBA. Overnight, analysts and fans debated whether this was just a hot night or the start of something bigger. Clips of her 30-foot bombs looped on ESPN. NBA stars called her confidence cold-blooded. Comparisons to Steph Curry intensified. Social media threads circled the next Liberty matchup, treating it like a playoff preview. Even inside the Fever's camp, something shifted. Lexi Hull and Aaliyah Boston were feeding off Clark's energy in practice. Ticket sales spiked. Fans demanded revenge games. Everyone wanted to know, if she could do this against the undefeated Liberty, what happens when her teammates start hitting those layups? League insiders whispered that this might have been the night the balance of power began to shift, because if Caitlin Clark could humiliate the Liberty with 7 NBA-range threes after 20 days off, what would she look like at full throttle in a playoff run? One thing is clear, this wasn't just another regular season game, it was a statement. 7 threes, NBA range, 32 points, 9 assists, nearly a triple-double. Caitlin Clark rattled the WNBA's best team and put the entire league on notice. So here's the question. Was this just one magical night, or the start of a takeover that could change the season forever? If you're still watching, drop logo 3 in the comments to let us know you're part of the real ones. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time for more breakdowns of the biggest shocks, rivalries, and moments that define the WNBA.